I'm here today with one of the truly great entrepreneurs. He was co-founder of Outback Steakhouse, known by just about everybody who's ever wanted to have a really good meal. And Tim, it's a pleasure, Tim Gannon, to welcome you to this video.
Thanks, John.
You didn't start out as an entrepreneur. You were an art history major. How in the world did you get from art history into becoming an entrepreneur?
Well, you know, it was interesting. I went to Florida State University, which is a big state school, and there were like 500-600 in each class. And then I walked by this little office and they said, how would you like to have 9 or 10 people live in a villa in Florence in the hillside of Tuscany and be able to go to school in Italy? And I went there and it was incredible. My professors spoke 10 languages. It was an incredible elevation from a state university to a very private environment of learning and in Florence was incredible. It was right after the floods, and there was a lot of excitement about the renovation of art. And living in Florence in the 60s was just phenomenal.
So after that, then what did you do? You came back to the U.S.?
Yes, came back to the U.S. and because life as an entrepreneur in Europe is very difficult, very uphill. And so when I graduated from college, I said, now to set forth in my career, I want to head back to the United States where entrepreneurs and people that start things from scratch can really thrive.
Now, you actually started out with a great love for cooking, and you were a chef.
Yeah, I did. I went to Aspen, Colorado, and my first job was an assistant chef at the Aspen Institute. And that's when I learned from a great French chef how to make everything from scratch, how to, using quality ingredients, how to make flavors bold. And it was a great learning experience. And you got to ski all day. It was a great lifestyle. And that's what induced me to go into the restaurant business. I said, this really is a fun business. And then from there, I joined Norman Brinker with Steak and Ale, who was the classic entrepreneur and the godfather of all casual dining in America.
So what was it like working for Norman Brinker? Because he is legendary in that field.
He is. He's one of the most honest and revered businessmen in the United States. His integrity. I remember at Steak and Ale, if you got sent an extra case of meat in your walk-in, and probably private restaurant industries, you would probably keep it and just say, gosh, that's a stroke of good luck. Well, at Steak and Ale, you called back immediately and you said, you better pick up this extra case. He just taught honesty. He taught integrity, hard work, high energy. He had 10 points of success. I pretty much remember every one of them today, but a lot of it was about high energy, hospitality, having fun. He believed in having fun at business because restaurant business is about long hours and hard work. So you better be able to have fun at it.
So how did he think about customers?
You know, Norman was a fanatic for listening to guests, and he was a fanatic for not doing what he thought was the right thing in the restaurant business, but what the market dictated. And at that point, it was low-priced, casual dining, and he came to the marketplace with the salad bar, and he felt that would lower the labor and make his restaurants more economical and easier to operate. And the unit-level economics, that's what allowed him to go restaurant city by city because of the model he had set up. As we had 3 people in the kitchen that ran a Steak and Ale, one that filled up the salad bar, one that cooked, and one dishwasher. It was an amazingly great economic structure for casual dining back in the 60s, to see his foresight into that.
So this was the same era where Sam Walton was beginning to build out Walmart.
Right.
The same era where we were starting to see fast food restaurants, starting to develop chains across the nation, eventually the world.
That's right.
And Norman Brinker was building out this kind of fast casual concept, and it was something that was replicable, right? That he could take a restaurant, have store one, and then be able to say, okay, what can I learn from that, and then how do I replicate that across city after city after city?
Yes, there were a lot of unique things that Norman did. One of them was recruit. He wanted college graduates, He thought you really had to be educated to run restaurants, which was unique. And he wanted he wanted youth. And he recruited from sororities and fraternities and college campuses, which was unique in the restaurant industry back then. They had a format of who was the waitress and who was the cook, and he broke all those molds, those traditional molds, with this new sort of young college graduates, highly big energy and desire to succeed.